Okay guys, audio test, check 1 2 1 2, we all there? Don't see people gathering, so it's nice, welcome. We'll do some quick checks to get sure. Okay, that's good, sorry if there was any feedback just then. I think we are, as kid is lives, which means we can sort of start that going. Sure. Let's go. Alright, here we go, Blender again. So, I've been up to some fancy new tricks, but a curved walkway here, I wanted to try something a little bit freaky. So I thought, let's give this a go. I'm not sure how well it played out. It's okay, it kind of connects. Now it collects. It's a bit wonky, it's a bit wiggly. I may come back and just convert that to a ramp. So those of you who remember the original, New Olympus will remember, of course, that was just a big fat bridge. But I've kind of tried to do something a little bit more janky, just to make it a bit more interesting. Well, I don't know how that'll play out, but I'm sure we'll find out. Cool, anyway, how are you all? How is your bank holiday going? Look, I'm just gonna quickly check the chat's working test. Wonderful, feel that. Bada bing. All that could do with moving. Ooh. Let's just take the old shot boxes, unlock that, and move that to sort of here, I guess. Yeah, that'll be kind of cool. Alright, lovely. Alright, who's with me? Instagram, yeah, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Twitter? Yeah, and we're broadcasting to almost every major channel. Not TikTok, sadly, as my access has been revoked because I haven't used it in 3 months, and it does take time for these things to go through, so I'll remain hopeful that will be back up running again sometime soon. Well, to be honest, TikTok used to always give me quite a bit of trouble anyway. Not my favourite platform. Right, and it's where all the users are, sadly. I mean, apart from you guys, of course, but yeah. TikTok does have a lot of random people. It's very good at throwing videos and live streams under people's noses. That's one thing I will say in its favour. Right, okay, so that's our wiggly bridge, guys. I was thinking of doing like more wiggly bridges, to be honest, because I'm quite liking the flexibility here, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I may revisit that decision. Hello, Tomwin. How you doing? Thank you. I'm just trying to stream for like an hour or so. I do have some more formal sort of quick content to come out, but to be honest, I'm figuring a lot of this stuff out myself. And hello, Chris, over on the Twitch. So just, I like showing people videos of me making mistakes. I really think it's important for people to see that side of someone who builds worlds, because we make a lot of mistakes. So what I'm going to do now, rather than like, if I wanted to put some raised things on the side here, well, I was going to raise the sides like I've done here, but I want to try doing something slightly different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think it's Shift S, yeah, I'm going to say set the cursor to selected. Great, and then I'm going to go Shift A, and I'm going to add in a map, which is going to be a cube, and we're going to pull that upwards. So G and then Z. Make sure snapping is turned on. It's not currently. And I'm going to make sure that's, yeah, snap to vertex. That's fun. So G and Z, let's snap them up to there. Now what's interesting there is to sort of snap the top edge, which is not what I want. So I need my Shift, sorry, Control Shift and here, grab the bottom edge, and just snap them over to there. So again, that is not a stock part of Blender. That is a $1 add-on that I've paid for $1 whole, which gives you this Control Shift and V shortcut, which allows you to select the vertex and then snap to any of the vertex. Very, very useful, especially if you've been working in Horizons for a long time and you're used to that luxury. because if you didn't have this plugin, you'd be into pressing tab, selecting an edge or a vertex, and then, you know, or many vertices, and then doing that, you know, and it's like, oh, yeah, nah, trust me, $1 worth it. It's great. I've actually been buying quite a lot of, I've always been quite against Blender plugins, because I'm silly, and I like to think, you know, I can do everything on my own, but actually looking through some of the Blender plugins that are out there, most of them don't do things Blender can't do, but they do speed up your time. So once you get quite seasoned with the techniques of it, I would say that it does become a lot quicker to start using some very well put together plugins. But you can be selective about which ones you buy, obviously. And just filling your Blender up with too many plugins, also probably not a crazy good idea. So I'm just going to G that down to about here. Wonderful. And then we're going to Control Shift and V, all that vertex down to here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the semi-controversial. I'm going to remove the no, I'm not going to remove the faces there. What am I going to do? I'm going to probably... we'll try something a little bit more detailed. So if I... no, I'm going to do something called extrude. So most of you, if you've been down this road before in Blender, you know what extrude is. So I just selected extrude edges. That's not the one, I'm sorry. Try it again. So if I just press E... no, that's not what I want at all. Of course, it's not extrude at all. Bloody hell, it's bevel. Oh my god. Bevel edges, that's what, sorry, my brain is just, it's a hot day, it's been a busy day. So if I just bring this in a little, you can kind of see, if I mouse wheel, I can control how many extra splits there are here. So I'm going to do something a bit like that, I think. So not a crazy amount. And then what I do is I'm going to probably Shift and D that. I'm in object mode. I'm going to stay in there, I think. So Shift and D and then lock it to the Z. Means I can bring it up like so. And then sort of stop it about. I'm going to take a bit of a guess here, guys. Hello, Ryan Knob. How you doing? And Jessie Shin, hello. Right. That's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring possibly these inward. So G, on the X back this way. It'll become obvious what I'm about to do in just a moment. So if I now Shift S and I say, well, actually first up, I'm going to select a face. Okay. I'm going to say Shift S. Cursor to selected. See, moving your cursor around is quite a thing to grasp initially in Blender, but the 3D cursor allows you to then say, you know, I want a yes, I want to make a cylinder, and that will always appear at the center of my cursor because I've moved it. So that's wonderful. So all I'm doing now is I'm gonna see if this works. Control Shift and V. I can't use the Control Shift and V in this one, so I'm kind of on my own here. Let's just rather than Z it. Oh yeah, that works a treat. Now I should really remove the secular faces, but I'm not going to for now. G, Z. Actually, sure, I lied. I'm going to remove that face, and if I just press here, and I'm going to come in here, so I'm going to remove this bottom face. Don't need it. I'm going to remove that face as well. You don't need it. And I'll keep that face in. I think we do need that. So, nice. Now what I might do, guys, I'm going to subdivide this, okay? Let's just go into here. Now, because this consists of 3 different meshes inside one object, I'm going to select this one. And usually I wouldn't advocate working like this. I would say do these as 3 separate objects and then just join them with a Control J at the end. This actually gets easier to work with things when they're separate, but that's just my vote. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say F3, and I'm going to say Luke can slide. maybe some loot cuts. So if I say I want, maybe, this is going to be quite crazy, okay, bear with me. I have no real idea what I'm doing. So I just kick that, I press enter. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on proportional editing, and I'm going to do it hysterical, which gives us some nice, don't laugh, bulge. So if I now scale it on the X and there's, X shift, I press that. Oh no, that's not worked. So I need to down the proportional size to like 0.3 maybe, because that was too many vertices being affected there. So I scale it on the X and I hit shift Z. But yeah, it's not quite working as I intended. So let's bring that down a bit. Proportion size 0.2 maybe. And we're going to say scale it on the X instead. Oh yeah. Oof. Still not quite. So I'm going to go one feather up. And let's again bring this down. So 0.05 meters. Scale it. I mean, I could go with doing bigger. Let's go 0.1, right? So has anyone else been completely raiding all the shops in Horizons and buying tons of new outfits? Because I certainly bloody have, and I'm not even ashamed of it. There's some cracking designs out there. And 0.15. Which is another reason why I probably would have advocated doing this as 3 separate objects, because what I'm doing here is nuts. Let's try inverse square on that one. I'm just not sure what shape of bow for you, to be honest. If I just take it lower down, I mean... There, we'll go smooth. Right, so we're going to pump that up to there, I think. Yes. And X. Oops. X and Z is inwards like so. So we just create an interesting sort of notchy shape like that. That shouldn't be too bad, I think, guys. Now, I've just noticed, actually, this has probably too many vertices on it. I fear. They probably should have simplified that, but lesson learned. Right, okay. So we'll just come out of focus mode now. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to just quickly apply some smoothing to selected faces. How well this is going to go. I'm going to try it. Wait, so if I say F3, smooth. Wonderful. Okay, and then I think for all of this, the whole thing needs to be, if I say select, select linked. That's one mesh by itself. But should then we'll say like shade smooth, and that's now really all very smooth looking. Schmooze. Great. So now we're going to add on a modifier, which is going to be a generate array. And we're going to take this, I don't know how many. I'm going to guess it's going to be something in the region of. Bear in mind we're on 11 now, and it's about 10% of the way. It's probably 90. Oh, yeah. That looks like way too much. Oh no, actually that wasn't too far off. Let's say 85. Okay, let's go a bit shorter. 80. So I just went to the supermarket and picked up a whole load of chicken, which I'm gonna batch cook, batch prep, meal prep, you know what I mean, into a lot of sort of chicken tortillas. It should be amazing. And I think eating fish every day, I'm gonna be honest, I love fish. It's getting a bit boring. So I'm trying a different tactic. Chicken is not great for me for losing weight, but it's good for maintaining. And as long as you couple it with a good gym session, regular intervals, it can certainly help you to accrue more muscle mass, which, yeah, not talking Arnie levels, but it can certainly help. So I'm gonna rename this from cube to Dionysus Bannister. Okay? Wonderful. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna array this one more time, okay? To add a modifier. It's gonna be another I don't know. Generates an array there. But it's not gonna be on the x-axis. It's gonna be probably on the y-axis, I guess. And -1? Yeah, that's fine. No, what we do is we just push this across to a bit there, and that means we've driven the whole thing off one object, which is just an absolute winner and chicken dinner. Great. They're doing to fine this up a little bit, so oh. Okay. Got ourselves a nice little banister, guys. So again, I'm just gonna default that to the same material we've been using, which is the white marble, of course. Now you'll notice again we've got this horrible repetition going on. So if I just save this, what we're gonna do in the modifier as usual. We're going to bear with me a sec, I'm just thinking. So the UVs I need to offset. Just a little, not too much. And then we offset these as well. We should get a nice bit of variance going on there. I do feel though, actually, I do need to remap the UV there. I love this. They're all just spawned off this one item. That's so funny. UV editing. So if I just select all, it kind of seems to be unwrapped already, but I'm just going to a smart UV project on that. But yeah, I mean, look, that'll do. That'll do. Let me get to an app on this stuff. I mean, sure. I mean, it looks right, generally. Great. Okay. And the shape is coming together. So let's think what I need to do next, guys. Think the next thing from memory we could put in a little platinum here, right? So we bring in the reference. Well, this is quite an easy one to hit, to be honest. An easy one on a Friday. Doop. So you can see I've got little platforms just here. The easiest way of doing that is going to be to duplicate this and to scale it on the Z. Oops. The G that outwards to about here. Scale it inwards. G it down. Just scale it down further. Scale it just on the Z. G down. Wonderful. Okay, that's cool. And then we're going to duplicate again. Now pull that inwards like so. And G it just up a little. It's good a bit of height. It's not exact. Doesn't need to be there and thereabouts. But look there, it kind of lost their thingy there. What I should probably do here is remove the underface. Because it's just not needed. It's more face that don't need to be drawing. Of course, you look at these faces and you just assume, oh, well, it's only a face. Yeah, it's not though. It has to be split into lower triangles. So it's actually quite a lot of wastage. And I'm go through probably all these towers and do exactly the same actually. So does once you do this, however, like no more loop caps. So it does cut off your ability to do that, but that's okay. It's They always say don't optimize too early, and that is a good thing, because these are quite simple edges, very similar to Recreate. There's no harm doing it now. It'll help a little bit with the UV mapping, simplify it. So I'm going to be on the wine tonight, not the beer so much, guys. Should be good. Okay. Right, that's looking okay. It's looking okay, A-okay. So we're just gonna bring in the terrain now. So the terrain's not final, of course, it's just, it's kind of where I've left it in there. You can see that's all coming together, and in fact, if I wanted to bring certain elements down, I can just do a loop. Select with the edges. Let me just go back to, layout a sec, guys, because that's not easy to edit just like that. Perfect. So, G and down, like so. I'll have to sort out the UVs on that, because I've just stretched it effectively. And okay, and then that looks okay. But most of these things are okay. Well, check that is the case. G and Z. And the great news is once I've done this, I can actually update the one in Banter too, which would be wonderful. I haven't used Neon Olympus over there for a hot minute. But when I made that, my skills were very bad. And to be honest, I'm not so lot. I wouldn't cast myself as skilled right now, but that's come a long way, maybe. A long way. I'm quite pleased with that song. Wonderful. Kind of want to play some more Oblivion, actually. No. Might do that. Okay. So I want to just also jump back and have a look at the emerging hot tub that's going on here. So I think that's pretty much built. I need to revisit how this is going to be styled, I think. I would like this to be a bit more crafted, if I'm being honest. I can't remember if these platforms had stilts. Let's just have a look. No, no stilts. Everything else is looking near standard now. Could be asked. The throne room's gonna need some attention at some point. So, the throne room is always supposed to be far more articulate than it was. Oh. Really? These need to be different colours as well, and the actual let's have a go at that, shall we? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a new one, and we're gonna call it well, golden. Wonderful. So if I just go in here and I say select. Probably need to do this on all of them, actually. Yeah, let's do this. Select link. Oh god. Okay, they're all truly separate objects. So select linked. Great, let's just apply that. And then I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, can't remove a material slot. I'm gonna rename this though to White Malon. And then we're gonna just kill it off. So what we've got in here now, type does need to be shiny, so that'll be re-engineered at some point. Let's pull them in here. What happens? Okay, they look kind of not shiny right now, which is good. Oh, by the way, if anyone's watching on YouTube, please press the like button if you go a sec. It helps me out. Etc. Until the roughness down a sec. Tightness up. Thank you. Oh. That's cool. I just can't remember what Colison's icon are, if they were red or gold, but that's Zeus's temple, so we give them a slightly different colour. She's lovely. Hi, Lou. I see Lou over on the, Instagram chat. How is Lou today? Tren. Save button. 4, right. And move this up into this group here. They were red. Were they red, Lou? Oh my goodness me. I'm glad you're here. It's just one of those things I would have realised that I would have looked afterwards and I would have been down. Wow, they're super shiny. They're not actually really that shiny in the finished thing, but it's just something to play around with. If I turn the roughness down a sec, actually, that's or upwards. I'm sorry. Yeah, I could have to play with them all day, so I'm not going to. Thank you, Loom. If thinner, great. To me, it's the base model is kind of there. I think fundamentally, the furniture's missing. The landscape does need to be reworked. Yeah, that needs to be quite significantly retextured. I think we need the foliage as well, and we can take advantage of some of the newer stuff we can do as sort of sprites, and making fancy clusters of trees that don't cripple people's headsets because they're not made of pyramids. So yeah, we can do all kinds of stuff. So that's to come. Thank you, Leo. That's awesome. Although I'll show you actually now if you've got a sack. I'll show you what the actual original should look like. Bear with. Now it won't look this good in Horizons, okay? But this is just an idea. I'm just so I pull this in. If I pull this way. What have I done there? Okay, now just a sec, I'm gonna show you. So typical, can't find the bloody thing. Hang on, we'll get that. Yes. Yeah, it should be appearing. Oh, it doesn't matter up here. Hang on. So, here's the one. Cool. So, oh no, that's actually not. No, that's not it. That's not the finished version. I'm sorry. So I need to go to the. I think it's the sat map variant. So in here, we've got a lot of work to do. Oof. So yeah, basically we output as a height map, and we do that. So we get a height map, which is obviously looks like this, right? That's just some visualization of what it looks like. But yeah, you know the score. Top down, white means high, black means low. And then for the normals, I haven't used them yet. But then the diffuse comes off the sat map, which, to be honest, I haven't really decided how I'm gonna make that look. There's a whole load of things I can do, but I'm still quite new into my sort of studying this. This is a far cry from some of the older Perlin generations I used to use. And we can do some really, really weird shit. Oh, we made beachfront. Leo, I love you to bits, mate. I do want to do a beach too. How did that turn out? Is it a published build? Still working on it. Okay, well, give me a preview when it's in a state you're happy with, mate. Because I love terrain maps. It's It's so pretty. So pretty. Tropical, mate. I love it. Seashells all the way. Wonderful. Not super cool. I was as you can see, I'm kind of working on Olympus right now, but it's the idea I was going to work on Mykonos, but I've shelved that, and Mykonos was going to be like almost like a redo of the Paros one, but I realized that I'm not ready for that. I've had to sort of suck that up. And I know, Louis, you do this as well as me, but I tend to start one thing and I don't finish it, and then I immediately start about 5 other things and I don't finish them either. And that's become a bit of a problem when we're learning a whole load of new skills as well. To need to focus on learning individual things, not giving up and moving on to something else. But after a bit of playing with trying to get different ideas for Mykonos, I realised I need to go back to something simpler and start from there. Oh, stairs. I've just realised they don't have stairs here. So let's go here. Shift, mesh, cube. We're gonna just... Hey. So Lou, this is a Blender plugin I picked up that you'll like, right? So you know how, like, in here, your snapping doesn't quite always work like you want it to? You know, it'll just pick any bloody edge it wants, so you're like, well, hang on, no, I want to snap that edge. So there's a great $1 extension. It's tiny, it's $1. It's on like Blender Market or whatever it's called, they're high use. And if I Control Shift and V, it says, well, okay, now you pick a vertex. So do you want to go from the center or the corners? And I'm going to be like, well, I want this one. Well, I want this one. So I'm going to pick it by that, and it goes, right, now where do you want to snap it to? Well, I want to snap it to here. Okay, then, you do that. And it does exactly that. So now I can just go in here now, and I can sort of G and then X that across here. And that was like absolutely fuss-free. So cool. So I need to remember in my reference model how many steps I've got down here, because that was a good guide. So, oh god, you can even see the ramp for these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I think 7. Yeah, 7 seems right. So if we just remove that reference model now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to G and Z that up to here. Snap it. Although that's interesting. So looks like this thing actually injects straight into the wall. It's not quite where I thought it would be, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. So Control Shift V, select this edge, constrain to Y, and select this vertex. That didn't work at all. Try again. Select Y, and then constrain to that, and now I've put it actually against the wall. That's fine. Now the problem is, I've just realised I've forgotten how many steps I count to, because I'm an idiot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sounds right. Okay. Sorry about that. I've just realised actually these are quite close to the edge, and I don't necessarily want to do that. Oh look. Ooh. G. X. 2 seconds. I'm struggling here. Control Shift V. Yes. X. Perfect. That's now actually lined up. I don't know what happened there. But Blender can often sort of throw you in the thingies, can't it? It just leaves you hanging and be like, hang on, I thought I shaped that object. Right, G, and I'm going to pull this in a little bit, so X, just a smidgen, okay. Because this is going to clip through here until I sort that out, and I'm okay with that. So now if I just go into create a, first of all I'm going to put a material on it. Great. Yeah, fine, that's I'm not fussed about that. So if I now create a modifier, and the modifier we're going to put in is going to be array. You can see by default it's gone off at the X, which I don't want. I think this is going to be like a -Y1. No, it's a +Y1. Cool. And I need 7 repetitions of this. Okay. Now, I think it's probably G, Y to Y. So, again, reference model will help me out here. Oh, cool. Okay. So if I add G. Oh, so come on now. Wait, I think when you just take the to around that. Perfect. Turn off the reference mode, thank you. And then I simply need to change the Z factor. It's not going to be to a value of 1. It's going to be to a, I say like a -0.2. Whoa, that was lucky. Did you see that? That, not quite right, but it'll do, almost. 1.8. I mean... 1.7? Oh. Oh, it's interesting. Not quite what I expected. If I G and I Y that... I mean... Sure. Then I had to do 0.1, 5, I guess. That's more like it, I think. But what's interesting, because these are clipping through the wall, which is naughty. It's not what I wanted. So if I just select this, and I G it on the X. Okay, and I pull it into about here, and I have my steps. So you can do a loop cut. No, yeah. Another way of seeing it done is using a bevel. Only use a custom pattern on the bevel, which is nuts. Just realised I had proportional editing turned on, which might have screwed me up later. Yeah. Just gonna G and X up that way a little bit. Cool. So now I'm just gonna very quickly select all. I'm gonna go into UV. I'm gonna say unwrap. It's going to be. I'll do cube projection because it is after all a cuboid. And you can see, look, we've got this ugly repeating pattern here. Oh, how do we solve that? So in our array, we go to the UV section and we just jiggle it and it'll on both the U and the V. And then we get a different pattern per. Which is lovely. Then I come back and sort of detail this out a little bit more in time. This is just the base collision meshes, which is okay. I've gotten a little bit fancy with the columns, not too fancy. I haven't thrown away the assistants, but definitely see there's a bit of an improvement over the original cylinders that we did have in there, of course. I love the cylinders. They were great. I make them back and detail the cylinders some more. But yeah, no, it's that's good. Now reference model again. So we've got these blocks here, which are fab. So if I've got an idea, guys. I got an idea. You ready? Here goes the idea. If I Shift D that, I'm going to G that across. Oops, sorry. I'm going to G that across on the X to about roughly here, and then I'm gonna S that just on the one axis this way. Okay. Then there we watch oh cool, nah, no worries, Luke. And about the skyboxes, which video was it? Was it the one to do with the AI ones, the newer ones? Or was it to do with the older sort of sky spheres with the mapping? Because if you want to use Meta's GenAI, it's actually really, really good. And some of the skyboxes it produces are really quite phenomenal. It's worth a try if you haven't played with it. It is prompt-based. But it's honestly, I'm about to switch to using it. It's come out pretty good. Right, loop cut on this one. Actually, I might do an extrude. Yeah, I'm gonna do an extrude here. That for some reason speaks to me more than a loop cut. Maybe. Yeah. I'm just trying to set. As with all things in Blender, there's like multiple ways to do the same thing, but they just have slightly different consequences. So if I pull this out, and then I extrude that a little bit this way, so you can see because my object has sort of changed shape now, it's sort of running away a bit. So that's fine. What I can do actually, I can say like, yeah. So select that, rinse it, extrude, and 0.1 maybe 0.2. 0.2. Yeah, so 0.2 is the amount that I've moved it by. If I just cut to this direction, actually I'm just going to go a focused view a sec, so that's the / key. Yeah, you can't custom its size. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lou. I think that the manual way always gives you far more control. But it is exciting seeing what Meta are doing that effectively they always joked about this in the past. You could create worlds just by describing them. And it's wonderful to see the toolkit sort of heading in that way. Now, it is actually starting to deliver, and it's like, aside from all the sort of the news that's come out in the last few days, Meta are still investing an awful lot of time and energy in Horizons. More so than ever. It's incredible how quickly they're going. A full credit to them. Well, I guess this is, there's now down to the community, down to the creators to actually go out and do stuff with that. So I said it was 0.2, didn't I? Or 0.02, I can't remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down by, let's see, 0.8. No, that's not it. Wow. Of course, it's by a factor, not a measurement. My bad. What an absolute... Yeah. Okay. So, we do have a slight gap here. I'm going to have to really try and close that up. So, it wasn't a Z. Z's okay. So if I say 0.89, I'm actually going to try, if I can be mindful enough, to turn up to banter tonight. However, I might not be talking. Because I'm going to be obviously running events, or not running events, I'm sorry, attending events over in Horizons tonight. But they have one at night, and they have one at... Hey Dave, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. Keep early and teaching, heading back to work from lunch. Okay, Lou, have a great day, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Feel it. How is Dave today, you okay? Feels like we haven't spoken in a little while. Okay. 5, 3. No, oh no, they're hitting the wrong buttons, I'm sorry. 5, let's see, 5, 8. I am looking forward to a glass of wine tonight, guys. I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not an alky, but I do like my wine, as you know. Yeah, do it, Dave. So, 7:30 is when I'll be opening it, although, to be honest, a lot of the guys and girls will probably be there before me. But at Friday, especially a bank holiday, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there at 7:30. We'll have the pre-drinks event, which starts at 7:30. And then... Oh, by the way, everyone on YouTube, there's loads of you. Can you, all hit the like button, please, on the thingy? It would really massively help me. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, quick mention. Also, if you're not following me and if you're enjoying this, please do also do that. Either subscribe on YouTube or follow on Twitch, are the free ones. Perfect. Thank you, Dave. Okay. So if I go into here now and I just do UV and wrap, and I'm gonna say cube projection. So that's kind of brought that back in now. That has kind of stretched on this. I'm gonna just try a different option here now, and it's gonna be minimum stretch to see what happens. Oh no. I would say that hasn't really worked. I wonder if this is because I need to apply something, so let's try that. We do Control A and apply scale. Wonderful, thank you very much, Dave. Yeah, that. Awesome. So if I say NWrap, let's say cube projection again. Well, that's worked better that time. I think I needed to apply the scale to this. That's what was going on. Yeah, but Blender's got some wonderful things in it, but it's if you forget to apply scale, then it thinks it's at a different scale. It's useful if you use it right, but often it can just get in the way of newbies like me. Well, so if I just come out of focus mode now, I think we've got something. That's good. So if I just G that and I go X across to here, I just want to sort of push that a little bit just there. I think should be okay. Wonderful. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to array this again. Okay. To generate array, I'm going to just pull that across to about maybe here. And I'll make sure it's it's in that little narrow zone right between where the steps are. Where the edges, if we can put it in there. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. I think that's probably okay. And then last of all, I'm going to move that upwards. Oh, health bells. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. So what's really cool about Blender, and I will always love this, is that we are literally editing just one object. and G and up that a little. Quick, so. Wonderful. So that's cool. What I might do, because I always meant to do this on the original, if I G that down, I'm going to have to fiddle with the Z offset, okay? Because I've just probably mucked something up. Yet. So if I fiddle with this. Oh. Oh my god. 0.1? Minus 0.1. Okay, yes, sure. And then we're going to basically put in another one as well. So I'm going to up the count on this particular object to there. And I think that needs to be, is it minus 1 point? I don't know. Oh, I just done something awful there. Hang on. I don't know what I just did. Never mind. Carry on regardless. I want to take it. Can I take it up to 9? Oh. I mean, looks right there. I can dig it. I'm in the valley. Yes, you can. Oh, actually, because it's slightly wider, I can actually get away with moving this back a bit, which might create quite a nice inset sort of thing. That's sort of okay. I don't mind that. Far. So yeah, my mission there this weekend, I'm going to try and pull out some brief tutorials again. And I'm getting awful with my attention span. I need to start making notes of everything because I'm just moving so damn fast that honestly, if I don't do it straight away, I've forgotten it. Just noticed actually that these are overlapping. This offset is not right. So I can go back to this. Suppressive factor. Oh, shizer. 7, 7, it needs to be 7, 7. Let's try 7, simple. No. 7, 7. Let's say 7, 8. I mean, no again. 7, let's just see, 0.8. Oh, God. 0 point. Oh, 0 point. 9. 0 point. I've definitely screwed something up here, but it's okay. 8, 8. Oh, it's looking okay. Wait, you go see what happened. I had 7 steps and 8 of these sort of banister sections, but I really messed up the measurements a bit. So that's fine. So for now, G that and Z that. Not Z, I'm sorry, Y. We should be doing well just there. Perfect. Wonderful. Look at that. We are cooking. We're cooking, guys. Olympus will rise. As freaky when I say that. Okay. By the way, if anyone's watching on YouTube and you have Twitch, please feel free to jump across there and also follow me on there. I'll be doing more of these sorts of tutorials or just like mess arounds on there. This is going to be quite a short stream today because I've got a lot on start at about 7:30. See, you can see the URL at the top. Please whitenotice.club. If you're interested in joining us all later in the flesh, just jump there and that'll take you to where we all are. Oh. As is May Day bank holiday weekend, we'll have a lot of events on, which will be wonderful. And yeah, even though we do have an age to SI 25 age limit, I wouldn't worry too much. That looks shoddy. As long as you're over 18, you're fine. As long as you act like you're 25, you're fine. As in, the Lotus isn't a normal VR club, it definitely has. We try and keep conduct tight in there where we can. Okay. Well, abstractionally, I think we're done in terms of the grey box, I guess. These things are not collected to the ground, which is troubling me. It's just that simple, then fine. Skill. Just a lot of nitpicking. Ephraim. So furniture skeleton. So we've got this is Apollo's terrace at the top here. And then you've got Aphrodite's see garden up here. I kind of want to expand on this, but I've got to get good with foliage to do that. But this was such a mini area. Now, of course, in the reference as well, there was a gigantic wheel on it. That's gonna take some doing too. So you can kind of see there's a hot air balloon as well. That'll be fun to make. The way-pointed hot air balloon. And there's benches here. And a stage. Then down here, we've very styled. Actually, I didn't really show this off, but I'll zoom in the now so you can actually see it. If I zoom in, just on, see how this column, I guess, you can kind of see it. So we've got this little cutout in the floor now. I've kind of gone against the original design just a bit. It's a lot wider than it was. We've got the thrones in there as well. So I need to model that. And to be honest, I was thinking about having little sort of like rooms in the underneath sections as well. I thought that would be kind of cute to have. I know. Maybe we could try doing some indoor areas and make the space a little bit more of a, no labyrinth, but a bit more interesting. So yeah, it's coming on well. I think we're on day 3 or 4. Just an hour or so a day-ish. And after we got the main structural bits out of the way, this is where it gets a bit complicated. So I think the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up a reference picture, okay, which you want them to see, but I always liked the thrones from the movie Attack of the Titans, and so the original thrones were loosely based upon those. So if I can find that image, I have a little freeze frame from the movie. So sadly I can't show you that right now. Too messy, but so what I do, oops. Oh, in my brain with the cursor up to here, so Shift S. I'm gonna say cursor to active. Yeah, and then first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in a mesh, which will be a cylinder. We're gonna just cheat that upwards, okay? Now, I'm actually going to try and position this. If I jump that over here, let's just click down a second. I'm gonna say Shift S, cursor to selected, and then I'm gonna try. I never tried this before. Shift S on this object, and I'm gonna see selection to cursor. That's cool. So I can actually move objects to cursors. I've never even tried to do that before. That's funny. So if I now bring this G and on the Y this way, I'm gonna scale that like so. And then I'm going to, now I'm using my reference diagram, so if I just bring this down sideways, I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit more. Gonna do a tap, sorry, centralize this a little. Otherwise we're coming too close, I'm gonna lose my my thingy. So if I grab that upwards to about, oops, and do this on the right axis, like so. Oh, that wasn't helpful. And then what I want to do is I want to extrude, mana gaze this a little, extrude it just a little like that, and then scale it out again, just a little. Then we extrude up again. Okay. I'm just trying to gauge the widths here and the heights. So if we do like that and then, scale it. Oh no, I didn't need to do that. If we scale it out like that, you form the base there. We extrude one time up here. And I think that's it for the platform that the chairs all sit on, which is nice. So I'm going to quickly assign our white marble material to that. And just before I go any further, I'm going to UV I can do smart UV project on that, why not? Whatever. There we go. We got something there. So that's the base, which sticks up out of the floor. Think I've got that proportionally there or thereabouts. This might need to be thicker, but we'll come back to that. So the next thing we'll do now is we are going to... Oh, that's an interesting one. So we're gonna bring the cursor. First of all, I'm gonna just select that. I'm gonna say Shift S, cursor to selected, and then I can bring in a mesh, which is going to be a... this is where I really need to be careful of what I'm choosing. Oh, I think it's a cylinder. I think I want a cylinder. Mesh. Cylinder baps. I'm also going to take that down from 32 edges. That doesn't want to be 32 edges. I'm going to bring it down to maybe 16. Okay, great. And I'm not convinced it was 16 I wanted. Let me try 17. So if I do Shift A, mesh, cylinder, I'm going to say 17. That kind of works, maybe, I'm not sure. It's an odd number, which means I've got this back face, which is great. That's what I want. I could just rotate that, to be honest. So that's my back face. So what I need to do is to, what was outwards a bit, okay? So I've got something in my brain. I do need to make this smaller. It's too big. So if I G and Z that upwards, yeah, okay. So if I scale it in again and G and downwards to here, G S, scale it inwards to about there, G and downwards. Great. Let's G that down to about, I'm doing this proportionally, which is pretty tough. I may have to do this to several objects. Scale it inwards, let's so. And then we gotta extrude a bit. And maybe these faces can just, oops. Oh, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna extrude that just a little bit more as well, okay? Oh, okay, come on. Just scale on the X, Y, up, okay. Not really what I wanted, no. So if I extrude that outwards, now, so go be careful. This is why I said to extrude it. Yeah, I haven't quite done what I want to do. If I do that again, press Enter, scale it. Yeah, okay, that's done a better job of it. But these now are complaining. So if I select that, this and scale that outwards just a bit, we have a more interesting shape. So that's good. That's good. Boys, I don't have a clear line of thought on how these seats are supposed to work. Hey, witch, how you doing? Good to see you. So now this is difficult, but I think I need to visualize how I'm going to do this. Well, that's the seat. But what I think I need to do now is I'm gonna try something. This is probably not gonna go well, but hear me out. Shift D and Z. I need to Control and Shift and V. Grab it by this. Press V. Oh no, that didn't work. Control Shift V. Grab that. Occupy and Z. Bring it up to about here. And scale it inwards. Just on the pecs and the Z. And I think that, Joyce, gonna work, maybe. How? But you know, let's go with that for now, okay? So if I makes this sort of, I had to work out how this is actually gonna work. Oh. Bullshit. Being from this bad boy and then pull that down to about, oh, just on that axis. To about now, I think we're good. I think we've been so, what if I press, scale inwards, like so, and I extrude downwards to meet it about here. Okay, and then what if this is where it's all gonna go to hell. Oops. What if I then go 1, 2, 3? Well, I'll go make sure I'm so looking at a keen angle. I'm a little wider than that, I think. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oops. Shit. Okay. Route those. Ban. Okay. And then. That dude, where's my car sketch again? That's funny. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So if I say delete faces, okay. So probably not the keenest way I could have done this, but let's just carry on, see what happens, hey? So now what I want to do is fill in these bad boys. So, what's interesting, look, is I don't want that face. And I'm okay with that, including through there. That's okay, because you're not gonna see that. I could just raise it up just to know, but no, I'm not overly distracted with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select that as a loop, okay? I'm gonna say make it a face, and then I'm gonna select that as a loop, that as a loop, make it a face. So we now have this, but what I think the next chance I've got, if I just come out of here, you can see that's kind of forming some kind of a thing, but it seems a bit too high. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bomb these bits. Jesus. Oh, can't tell. Alright, I think I'm gonna keep the back 5 pieces, okay? So we're gonna do something a bit like this, okay? Debation, select these 3. 1. Oops. Cool. And cool. Right. Now, oh, how well is this gonna go? I'm not sure. Oh, yikes. Me. No. Oh no, I just realized what's happening. I've got too many of these selected. So that's fine, let's just check. Middle sanity test. Good, right, let's try it again. So if I just extrude downwards. Oh, that is not good. That's not good at all. But okay, I've just locked it. I've constrained the Z-axis, so that might help a little. It's still not looking particularly healthy, but it's, oh shit, I haven't locked into the Z. Oh, what the actual ass is going on here? Okay. Cool. No. What? I guess it's because this face is here. Let me just, sorry, 2 seconds. Unselect that face. Yeah, no, that's probably gonna work now. We'll find out. So if I extrude and down, oh, Z. I mean, right, whatever. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Well, it looks right geometrically from above, but it's not. So I'm gonna grab it and pull it on the Y. Just, oh, that makes bad. I don't think it's too bad though. And there's some guff going on down here as well, which needs to just go upwards, to be honest. So we'll sort that out. Let's do it now. Ready? Let's turn on thingy. G and Z, go back up you. Scale them inwards, please. Thank you very much. Okay, and then scale them outwards. This is not a neat job. We're okay. We're just gonna carry on. I mean, it's come out okay. It's come out okay. I'm okay with that. So now all we need to do is the final touch, I guess. We just go yes. And yes. Yes. Potentially. Sure. And we're gonna just say extrude upwards. So, and I think that's gonna cut it, guys. We've now got ourselves a throne fit for a Greek god. Yeah. Nice. So I'm just gonna assign some quick materials to that. Again, we're just setting everything to be white marble right now because we are effectively Greebox and look at that. So I'm just gonna quickly Control A, scale it. Control A, scale it. And select 1, 2. I'm gonna go into here, select every face. I'm gonna say UV, unwrap, smart UV project. And off we go. Bit of a lazy one, but it'll work. The last thing I do, you'll notice, is very boxy. I could leave us very boxy, actually. And I'll do for now. Just gonna chat these. I'm actually not happy at the angle going on here. This is not tip-top, to be honest. For what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it, scale it inwards. Now, that's not my help. So if I just go up to here and I say G, and on the Y, bring it forward a little, just a tad, okay? And now you can see it's, oh, that has done bad things. Actually, no, that's okay. That's permissible. That's okay. I can live with that. What I would love to do actually is kind of get rid of some of this guff. So let's go 1, 2, 3. How is everyone today anyway? Yeah. Oops. Oh, great. So I'm just gonna delete that. Oh, something just went boop boop. That was fun. One all made that noise. But no. Film. Delete. So, bit of an update around the Oblivion remaster. The last video actually found my way to the Shivering Isles, which is my favourite Elder Scrolls expansion ever. Barnum. It's phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to playing that, although I'm not sure if my character is maybe too low a level. I remember the requirements were quite tough with that. So if I G that and pull that in there, if I G that and pull that in there, does that screw things up? Not entirely. Oh, okay, that's cool. So I should be able to, if I can grab that and G that and pull that there, that gonna, ooh, is that gonna work? I mean, it seems to work. Either I just introduce some phenomenal geometry issues, which I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Kind of want to merge these. Can I do that? Oh. Should we try it? Let's try it. So if I say, is it merge? Merge at center. Yeah. And then if I do this here. Merge at center. So that's now just one vertex. Which means I can do this 1, 2, 3 and create a face. And the same here. 1, 2, 3 and make a face. And 1, 2, 3, 4 and make a face. Make that face. Yeah, now that has messed up my UV mapping a bit, but I'm not too bothered by that. So the last thing I do, just to style it down a bit, I'm going to see like G, O, and L. Oh, that's gone to hell. Hit back, you bugger. Okay, let's continue snapping a sec. I think that's better if I said G and Z and just pull that down just a tad. There we go. We now have ourselves. Yeah. That'll do. That'll do. Although this is a bit uncertain. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that style. But I think that's good. It's got a back, it's got a front. It looks a lot more like the actual thrones. What I do want to do though, actually, I want to see if I can scale that just to know, okay? I'm probably going to do it with this and this as well. Yeah, that's cool. I can dig that. That looks a bit more faithful to the original design. It's not an exact replica of the original design, like this notch isn't on the back, but honestly, I'm gonna just stick that in there and run with it. Cool. And then, now we've got that, the idea is, I can't remember how many seats were in the original Olympus. So look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There were 6. And have I got the scaling right? See, those were the last models which were a far cry away from, but had similar sort of thingamabobs. So if I be like this, I'm gonna just pull it all up a sec. So, G, Z, oop. I think this needs to go G, Z. Down a little, I guess. Maybe I don't know. It's difficult. I haven't really seen what it looks like with the new avatar styles yet. And this thing needs to go, I think. Scale it on the Z upwards. Oh, yikes. G, Z, pull it up to about there, I think will do. Yeah, that's probably just close enough, I guess. But we'll see. I'll probably need to scale it all up just a bit over time. Well, we're doing it. We're doing good is the main thing. We now have ourselves a seat. Right, guys. So, I think it is 6 o'clock and actually I'll end the stream now, but thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you for your lovely feedback and comments. But so I just realised I've had the Instagram chat code for a while, but I am definitely watching that. That's good, okay. First up, yeah, we've had some wonderful stuff. How long have we been streaming for, dudes? So it's been going for... Oh yeah, now. I actually don't know. I'm sure there's a counter somewhere. Oh, 1 hour and 14. So that's going to conclude today's session. Thank you so much again. Going to be opening the Lotus now in the next hour and a half. I reckon I may pop in there early. But I gotta make some dinner. Duh. And I've got wine for later. For I do like wine. Cool. Righty ho. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care, have a wonderful night, have a wonderful start to your bank holiday, of course. Sorry, I'm getting carried away again. So, let's say UB and wrap Smart EV project, go. Okay, that's good. And I just come back out of here. Just don't know when to stop, it's a problem. Oh, that doesn't look good. UV editing. It's not a bake map at the end of the day, so we are using a lot of tiling going on here, so I'm not too worried about things. We're doing well. Hey, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. Maybe there's a big wheel. Maybe. And then maybe the furniture actually. I need to sort out the texture on this. This looks shabby. I wonder actually if I jump in here, can I set the offset and to be something a bit more plausible? It's probably a happy state here, isn't there? Say, yeah. Ooh. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Alright, 0.01. West. No, now it's a 0.1. Set up. Alright, that's a puzzle for tomorrow. It's a puzzle for tomorrow. I'm sure there's a really great way to do that, but just don't know what it is. Cool, right, yeah, anyway, so let's finish the stream. Thank you, everyone.